Thursday Night Football brings a divisional clash with real weight as the Seattle Seahawks travel to State Farm Stadium to face the Arizona Cardinals. Both teams are 2-1, chasing the 3-0 49ers, and this one will shape the early race in the NFC West. Seattle rolls in off a 44-13 blowout of the Saints. Arizona is regrouping after a 16-15 heartbreak at San Francisco. Let's start under center. For Seattle, Sam Darnold is playing with poise and precision. Through 3 weeks, he's thrown for 663 yards with 4 touchdowns and 2 interceptions, and he's fresh off a near-flawless outing against New Orleans, 14 of 18 for 218 and 2 scores. The rhythm throws are landing, and with Jackson Smith-Njigba emerging as a chain mover, Seattle can stress any secondary that leaves windows in zone or loses leverage in man. Kyler Murray is Arizona's engine. He's at 542 yards with 4 touchdowns to 1 pick, plus his legs remain a constant threat to tilt the field. But the context changed. James Conner is out for the season, and that removes the Cardinals' clock control backbone. Behind an offensive line that's nursing multiple injuries, Murray will see more obvious passing downs, and will need quick answers against simulated pressure and changing post-snap pictures. Now the matchup frame. Seattle has dominated this rivalry, 7 straight wins, and the public is leaning that way again. But the market tells a different story. The look opened with Arizona favored, and has flipped to Seattle, 1.5 by Thursday. That swing, alongside lopsided sentiment, is exactly where our framework hunts for value on the home side, especially when a mobile quarterback can manufacture first downs, and a defense that's been stingy on the scoreboard can keep it in range. And today's AI pick is the Arizona Cardinals, plus 1.5. Before we move into Week 4's full slate, let's look back at last week. Welcome to Did We Cash or Did We Burn? The segment where we hold our system accountable. Every week, our AI picks every single game on the board. No skipping, no hiding. We put them on the record, and then we come back here to see how the calls actually played out. It's simple. Did the bets deliver? Or did they go up in smoke? No excuses, no spin, just truth against the tape. In Week 1, our AI went 11-7. In Week 2, it followed up at 8-6. That put us 19-13 on the season heading into Week 3. Now the question is clear. Did we cash or did we burn?
Thursday Night Football in Week 3 brought us the Miami Dolphins heading into Orchard Park to face the Buffalo Bills. Our AI pick locked onto 2 plays, the Dolphins plus 12.5 and the under 49.5. From the start, Miami kept it competitive. Tua Tagovailoa connected with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, while Buffalo's Josh Allen fired 3 touchdown passes and James Cook topped 100 yards on the ground. The scoreboard swung back and forth, but it never broke wide open. The final score landed Buffalo 31, Miami 21. That 10-point margin meant our spread pick on the Dolphins covered with room to spare. And truth be told, it stayed a 1-score game until late, the kind of sweat bettors live for with a double-digit underdog. But the combined total landed at 52, pushing past 49.5. So this one, we cashed the spread. But we burned on the total. Now on to Sunday games at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Our record after Thursday Night Football stands at 20-14. Now on to the Sunday slate. Sunday at 1 o'clock, our first game of the slate was the Green Bay Packers traveling to Cleveland to face the Browns. Our AI pick locked onto the Browns, plus 7.5. For 3 quarters, it looked bleak. Green Bay led 10-0 heading into the final minutes, and Cleveland's offense hadn't scored a single point. Joe Flacco struggled, the line leaked pressure, and the crowd was restless. Then came the twist. Rookie back Quinshon Judkins punched in a 1-yard touchdown with just over 3 minutes left, and suddenly the Browns had life. Moments later, Andre Smith drilled a 55-yard field goal as time expired, capping a wild finish. The Browns stunned the Packers 13-10, not only covering the spread but winning outright as a home underdog. So in our first Sunday window game, the AI saw through the noise. This one, we cashed.
Next up on Sunday, it was the Los Angeles Rams traveling east to face the defending Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. Our AI pick locked in on the Rams, plus 3.5. For most of the afternoon, it looked like a winner. Matthew Stafford found rhythm, Puka Nakua hauled in 11 catches, and kicker Joshua Carty kept stacking points. The Rams led 26-7 in the third quarter and still held a 5-point lead late in the fourth. But Philadelphia stormed back. Jalen Hurts threw 3 second-half touchdowns, including a fourth-down strike to Devonta Smith, to take the lead. And then came the dagger. Jordan Davis blocked a potential game-tying field goal in the final seconds and rumbled 61 yards for the clinching touchdown. The Eagles pulled off a wild 33-26 comeback. With the Rams collapsing late, that plus 3.5 ticket went up in flames. This one, we burned. Our next stop takes us to Tampa, where the Buccaneers hosted the New York Jets. The AI pick was Jets per 6.5. It didn't look promising early. Baker Mayfield and the Bucs jumped out to a 26 halftime lead, powered by Mike Evans and a defense that turned a Tyrod Taylor interception into 6 points. Tampa was in full control, but the Jets never quit. In the fourth quarter, Taylor threw a pair of touchdowns, and then came the play of the game. Will McDonald blocked a field goal and returned it 50 yards for a touchdown, giving New York a 27-26 lead with under 2 minutes to play. But Mayfield answered. He drove the Bucs into range, and Chase McLaughlin nailed a 36-yard kick as time expired. Final score: Buccaneers 29, Jets 27. The Jets lost, but plus 6.5 covered the number. This one, we cashed.
Our final spotlight game from Week 3 took us to Nashville, where the Tennessee Titans hosted the undefeated Indianapolis Colts. The AI pick, Titans plus 5.5. This one unraveled quickly. Rookie quarterback Cam Ward threw a pick-6 on the opening drive, and Jonathan Taylor carved through the Titans' defense with 3 rushing touchdowns on the day. Indianapolis built a 17-3 first-quarter lead and never looked back. By halftime, it was 20-6, and the boos rained down from the home crowd. The Titans showed flashes late. Ward threw for 219 yards and a touchdown, and Tony Pollard punched in a short score. But the outcome was never in doubt. The Colts rolled 41-20, handing Tennessee its 9th straight loss dating back to last season. That plus 5.5 never had a chance. In this one, the AI was on the wrong side from start to finish. We burned. Our last spotlight game on Sunday came from Minneapolis, where the Vikings hosted the Cincinnati Bengals. The AI pick was Vikings 3. Minnesota wasted no time setting the tone. On just the third play of the game, cornerback Isaiah Rodgers jumped a route and took it 32 yards for a touchdown. Carson Wentz, making his Vikings debut, played steady ball, 14 of 20 for 173 yards and 2 scores, while Jordan Mason gashed the Bengals on the ground with 116 yards and 2 touchdowns. By halftime, the Vikings had piled up 34 points, including a franchise-record 62-yard field goal from rookie Will Reichard. Rodgers wasn't done. He added a second defensive touchdown in the third quarter, and the rout was on. Cincinnati turned it over 5 times, and the Vikings cruised to a 48-10 win, their largest margin in decades. The number was never in doubt. This one? We cashed.
Our final Week 3 matchup took us to Landover, where the Raiders met the Washington Commanders. The AI pick was Raiders plus 3.5. Las Vegas struck first with a field goal, but the day quickly belonged to Washington. Marcus Mariota, starting in place of the injured Jaden Daniels, looked sharp with 206 passing yards and a touchdown, plus another score on the ground. The Commanders' offense exploded. Jeremy McNichols ripped off a 60-yard touchdown run, Jackery Krosky-Merritt added a short plunge, and rookie Jalen Lane broke a 90-yard punt return to the house. The Raiders found rhythm late, as Geno Smith threw 3 touchdowns to Trey Tucker, but the defense had no answers. Washington piled up 174 rushing yards in the first half alone and never slowed down. The final score, Commanders 41, Raiders 24. That Puzzy 3.5 ticket, it wasn't close. This one was clear from the start. We burned. Our last stop takes us to Charlotte, where the Atlanta Falcons squared off with the Carolina Panthers. The AI pick was Falcons 5.5. This one was ugly from the start. Bryce Young opened the scoring with a short touchdown run, and Carolina never looked back. Their defense smothered Atlanta all afternoon, forcing 3 turnovers and holding rookie quarterback Michael Penix Jr. to just 172 yards with 2 interceptions. One of those was returned 11 yards for a pick six by Chow Smith-Wade, the signature play of the game. Outside of Bijan Robinson's 111 yards from scrimmage, the Falcons got nothing. They went 5 for 16 on 3rd and 4th downs, missed 2 field goals, and were shut out for the first time since 2020. Carolina piled on with field goals, a defensive score, and a Rico Dowdle plunge to cap a 30-0 rout. That 5.5 ticket never had a chance. This one, we burned.
We close out Sunday in Foxborough, where the Pittsburgh Steelers face the New England Patriots. The AI pick was Steelers 1.5. Aaron Rodgers made his mark, tossing 2 touchdown passes, including the game winner to Calvin Austin with just over 2 minutes left. Kenneth Gainwell added a short rushing score, but it was Pittsburgh's defense that carried the day. The Steelers forced 5 turnovers, 2 fumbles from Ramondre Stevenson, another from Antonio Gibson, and an interception of rookie quarterback Drake May. Twice New England coughed it up inside the red zone, erasing their best scoring chances. May battled, throwing 2 touchdowns to Hunter Henry, and the Patriots tied it at 14 early in the 4th. But a late strip sack gave Pittsburgh new life, and Rodgers capitalized. Final score, Steelers 21, Patriots 14. That 1.5 was safe wire to wire. In this one, the AI lined it up perfectly. We cashed.
The final game of the 1 o'clock slate came from Jacksonville, where the Jaguars hosted the Houston Texans. Our AI pick was Texans blow 1.5. For most of the day, it was a defensive slugfest. Jacksonville struck first with a Trevor Lawrence touchdown drive capped by his keeper to Brian Thomas Jr. Houston answered with a field goal, but their offense stalled until the closing minutes. C.J. Stroud threw for 204 yards with a late touchdown, but he also committed 2 turnovers in crunch time. The turning point came in the 4th quarter. With under 2 minutes left, Lawrence hit Thomas for a 46-yard strike, and Travis Etienne powered in from 10 yards out. Stroud tried to mount a final rally, but Josh Hines-Allen swatted his arm, and the ball fluttered into the waiting hands of Antonio Johnson. Final score, Jaguars 17, Texans 10. That plus 1.5. It missed the mark. This one, we burned. That wraps up the 1 o'clock window. Across 9 games, our AI went 4 and 5, a mix of sharp covers and a few tickets that went up in smoke. Add in the Thursday night split, where we cashed with the Dolphins, plus 112.5, but burned on the total. And that brings us to 5 and 6 so far in week 3. The early slate tested us, but the day isn't done. Now we turn the page to the late window, the 4 p.m. kickoffs. This is where the board tightens, the national spotlight grows stronger, and every edge matters even more. So let's line it up and see how our system performed in the afternoon. Did the AI find its rhythm, or did the traps keep piling up? Let's see how it went in the 4 p.m. games.
Rolling into the 4 p.m. slate, we opened with Broncos versus Chargers. Our AI called Denver plushy 3. It was a grind from start to finish. Justin Herbert threw for 300 yards, and the Chargers found their spark late, with Keenan Allen hauling in the tying touchdown and Cameron Dicker nailing the game-winning field goal in the final seconds. Bo Nix and the Broncos did enough to hang around. Sutton's 52-yard touchdown and J.K. Dobbins' 19-yard score had Denver in control for stretches. But penalties piled up, the offense stalled, and the lead slipped away. When the dust settled, it was Chargers 23, Broncos 20. A 3-point margin on a 3-point line. So did we cash or did we burn? Neither. This one lands right in the middle. The first push of the season. Next up, Saints versus Seahawks, and our AI locked in on the under 41.5. Seattle wasted no time blowing that ticket up. Sam Darnold was nearly perfect, tossing a pair of touchdowns while Kenneth Walker pounded in 2 more on the ground. And the real spark came on special teams. Rookie Torrey Horton went coast to coast for a 95-yard punt return touchdown, setting the tone in front of the home crowd. By halftime, the Seahawks already had 38 points on their own. New Orleans didn't find the end zone until late when Spencer Rattler hit Jack Stoll for a score. The final, Seahawks 44, Saints 13. That's 57 total points, well above the number. So, on this one, The under went up in smoke. We burned. Over in Santa Clara, it was Cardinals versus 49ers, and our AI backed Arizona +0.5. This one was a defensive grinder. Both sides traded field goals for 3 quarters before the action picked up late. Mac Jones, stepping in at quarterback for San Francisco, hit Kyle Juszczyk for a short touchdown to give the Niners the lead. Kyler Murray answered with a strike to Trey McBride, knotting things up in the fourth. Then came chaos. A holding penalty in the end zone gave Arizona a rare safety and a 15-13 lead. It looked like the upset was brewing, but Mac Jones steadied the 49ers, and new kicker Eddie Pinheiro drilled a 35-yarder as time expired. Final score, 49ers 16, Cardinals 15. The Niners got the win, but with the spread set at +2.5, the Cardinals got us to the window. So this one, we cashed.
At Soldier Field, it was Cowboys versus Bears, and our AI rolled with Dallas 1.5. But from the opening drive, this was Chicago's night. Caleb Williams lit it up, throwing 4 touchdown passes and looking every bit like the #1 overall pick the Bears were counting on. Luther Burden hauled in a 65-yard bomb on a flea flicker. Cole Kmet and DJ Moore each found the end zone, and the offense chewed up nearly 10 minutes on a 19-play scoring drive that broke Dallas's back. For the Cowboys, Dak Prescott piled up completions but couldn't stretch the field, finishing with just 1 touchdown and 2 costly interceptions. To make matters worse, star receiver CeeDee Lamb exited with a sprained ankle, thinning the weapons even more. Final score, Bears 31, Cowboys 14. With Dallas laying 1.5, this one never had a chance. So did we cash or did we burn? We burned. Sunday Night Football took us to MetLife, with the Chiefs looking for their first win of the year against the Giants. Our AI locked on to the over 44.5. Patrick Mahomes got the job done for Kansas City, throwing for 224 yards and a touchdown while setting up Kareem Hunt's late score to seal it. The defense did its part too, forcing Russell Wilson into 2 interceptions and holding New York to just a single touchdown all night. The Giants' lone bright spot was rookie Cam Scatterbo, who piled up over 120 total yards and punched in a score. But chants for Jackson Dart echoed through the stadium as the offense sputtered again. Final score, Chiefs 22, Giants 9. Only 31 points on the board, well short of the number. So did we cash or did we burn? This one was a burn.
After Thursday Night Football and the full Sunday slate, our AI record for Week 3 sits at 6 wins, 9 losses, and 1 push. 1 game remains on the board, Monday Night Football, Lions versus Ravens. Let's see how the AI closed out the week. Monday Night Football closed out Week 3 with a heavyweight matchup, the Detroit Lions marching into Baltimore to face the Ravens. Our AI locked in 2 plays, Lions +5.5 and over 53.5. From the jump, Detroit's physicality set the tone. Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery hammered the Ravens' front, combining for 4 touchdowns on the ground. Jared Goff managed the offense with poise, while the Lions' defense sacked Lamar Jackson 7 times, forcing Baltimore to play catch-up all night. The scoreboard lit up with big swings. Baltimore struck through the air with 3 Jackson touchdown passes, but every time they closed in, Detroit answered back with long, punishing drives. The final score, Lions 38, Ravens 30. That meant the Lions not only covered the +5.5 but won outright, cashing the spread. But the total landed at 68 points, well above 53.5, so the over sailed through too. Verdict, we cashed both tickets.
That closes the book on Week 3. Our AI finished the slate at 8 wins, 9 losses, and 1 push. Add that to the season totals, and after 3 weeks, the AI sports predictor stands at 27-22-1, a winning percentage of 55.1%. Next up, Thursday Night Football. It's the Seattle Seahawks against the Arizona Cardinals, and our AI is rolling with Cardinals +1.5. Like and subscribe. More picks are on the way.